longest time at a gas station.
Hello? Hello? Hi.
So it's good. Maybe Betty will get to see a recording. So we take two different colors, and you can use tissue paper. In the book, they use tissue paper, but since we have our pretty crepe paper,
Yeah, I'm going to use the crepe paper. I like it.
yeah. And I think, and the crepe paper lets you stretch it. So if you cut it, so that the grain of the crepe paper is vertical like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need, so let's say I'm making 3. Okay. So I'm gonna fold this.
Wait a minute. I got to make my template first.
I know you do. I just keep a stack of index cards. 4 by 6, 5 by 7, whatever. And that's just the right thickness. So I'm folding this into thirds. And I agree, Principia, that hibiscus was a particularly successful flower. It took an extra step with that wire, but I think the way it ruffles is very pretty.
Or sweet
Let's-
pea flowers.
Let's all go to Lanai. Oh,
What
Kauai.
color are sweet pea flowers?
Good question.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure I don't have the color. So I'm using 2 shades. I'm using a purple and a pink. So here is my pink one.
I guess the color doesn't matter then.
Right,
And,
back up. I lost what you did with the crepe paper. You folded it into thirds.
Yeah, I folded it vertically into thirds.
Wait a
With
minute.
Then
do
I'm
we-
gonna-
With the grain going up and down.
Yes,
And we want it the full length of our template.
yeah.
And so you're gonna have 3 pink and 3 purple.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Or whatever color you pick. You know, we have developed new hybrids in this class.
Well, I think that's important to make sure that we understand that.
So this is a little too flat on the side for my taste.
How far down does that dip go? Let me see your template again, please.
What about an inch? Let's see. About 1.25 inches.
Maybe a little deeper than that.
It could be. And then I've got some shorter pieces of floral wire and I ordered some longer floral ones. I ordered 2 different weights just because it was there.
Why not?
Just because. special. I can do it. And this is not in the instructions because and they're using tissue paper. And when you put glue on tissue paper, it dissolves. But just for good measure,
Are you already gluing now? I'm still cutting out.
okay, you cut.
You cut. You cut, baby.
You go for it, girl. What I might do is while you're doing that, I might trace some leaves. And I might label this. If I were smart, I would keep a file of templates. Time for me to get smart, huh?
Well, you still have time.
Do I? I don't know. My next class is at 1. You
Oh
know
my
how
goodness.
easily stuff gets lost on this table.
Now that part I understand.
Okay, so don't think of, okay, I'm not gonna do the class next week. It's just, I don't know if I'll have Wi-Fi accessibility wherever I am.
You going on a trip?
I am,
Cool. Where?
to Steve's family reunion up in Illinois.
Oh, all right.
It's fun. These guys, he's got a really sweet family.
Mhm.
They don't have, well, there's a little drama, but not, it's negligible. And they stand around the campfire and sing like the Von Trapps.
Bunch of what?
He's like, no, they don't. I'm like, oh yeah, you guys sound amazing. It's like the family choir
Oh, they're singers. Cool.
compared to my family. Okay, is everybody
That's
ready?
very
yet?
nice.
Beg your pardon for
I
Cynthia.
said, that's very nice that they all sing together.
It's pretty remarkable. Yeah. They got babies and all that, and they're cute. Hey, Coco.
Sorry about my dog drama here. Vinny's finding his voice.
Is that what he said? And his tongue, see.
What?
And his tongue.
I tell him to be quiet, but he doesn't listen.
What is he barking at?
Who knows? Some noise outside. Are we making leaves out of these little guys?
Okay, yeah, so, okay, I was killing time.
I better close the door. Whoops. Come on, Vinny, get out of here.
You're so cute.
He's very cute. But he's just started this barking stuff, so whatever.
Kids these days.
Well, it's part of his job, you know.
He's a guard dog,
That's
and
right.
Coco's training him.
Coco's training him to lick the dishes in the dishwasher.
It's a great skill.
It's a wonderful skill. I need all the crumb hunters I can get. Okay, so we're supposed to cut like this out, 2 of these, one a little bigger than the other.
Yeah, but right now we're gonna work on the pedal.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so well, okay, so that's the opposite. All right, mine came out. My pink one came out bigger than my purple one. So this is gonna be the opposite of the one I just made. So
Should we
I'm
take
putting
one
a
of
little,
each?
I'm
Is
putting,
one supposed to be bigger than the other one?
no, it's not. That's just when demos go back. So I'm layering this one on top of the other.
What, did you first glue the two colors together?
And I went ahead and I glued the two colors.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put a little glue at the bottom. This is just because I'm insecure. It's not in the instructions.
I had to dig out my 30-year-old hot glue gun.
Cool. You know, my mother gave me one. So
Who did?
my mother, it was a Craftsman glue gun. So that had to be in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, she bought it at Sears. Yeah.
Crafts?
Okay.
Wow, yeah.
So gather it up.
Okay, like this?
and
Oh, I
gather.
already glued them?
Yeah, glue, gather. Put a dab of glue at the end of your wire.
You mean like make
And-
pleats?
Yeah, you're pleating it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just have a short piece of wire. So this wire's, you know, like 5 inches long or something.
Now, are we supposed to glue these pleats?
I did, but that's because I'm insecure. You
What's
don't have
What's supposed to hold them?
the tape.
Oh, the tape. Oh, yeah. But we put the
Floral tape.
wire in there first, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you tape it on. And being the pessimist that I am, I'm going to put on 2 pieces of tape.
Oh, yeah, no.
When I tape, I spin and stretch.
As a nurse, I'm very free with tape.
Oh my goodness. When I sold chemicals and stuff,
Yeah.
the maintenance guys were like, oh, will that take off adhesive? Because nurses are crazy about tape.
We are. We hate to have to restart IV lines. It's so annoying.
Well, I've had experienced many bruises. I always ask my nurse, are you a member of the One Stick Club? And they're like, oh God, I hope so.
There's no such thing.
The One Stick Club?
Well, 100% anyway.
Yeah, not with my veins.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm doing this twice just because I'm a pessimist. All right. Now, the sweet pea has outer petals. You open it up. Good morning. And I couldn't tell from the instructions in the book what the real flower looked like. So I'm stretching mine a little. That's why I'm using this beautiful crepe paper.
Yeah.
And so that the petals bulge. And I'm stretching the ones in the center so they curl towards the middle. And the ones on the outside so they curl down. Rough, rough, rough. Woofy, woofy.
He's got a hair under his tail, doesn't he?
Okay.
And then what do we do with the middle petals? Just sort of fluff them up?
Yeah, and spread them so that they're convex or whatever. Anyway, so the ones on the outside curl down and the ones on the inside curl towards each other.
Like this sort of?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they curl like a bowl, towards each other. And
Well, they're just
And-
lovely.
and they don't have centers, so they're a little different.
They're a little what?
They're different from the other flowers we made because they don't have centers.
And it's just 4 petals, right? 2 that go in and 2 that
Yeah,
go out.
exactly. They're pretty simple.
My old hot glue gun is just sitting here leaking a big puddle.
Well, actually, in the book, it says to use hot glue.
That's what I'm using. Because you
Oh.
said to get it, so I got it.
Oh, did I?
Oh,
It's on
I'm
your
using
supply list.
Hillman. Does hot glue work better?
Hot glue has its advantages.
Yeah, I've also experienced a few burns, so,
Yeah. Well, this is a low temp mini, so
But yeah, I prefer glue guns with triggers. So, an optimistic note, Victoria asked me to give Marion, where the heck is my tape? Come on, don't do this to me. There it is. To give Marion a list of art supplies. I'm like, could you be more specific? That's a long list,
well,
but I started. So
I was-
they want to be ready for when they reopen. I predict September.
well, this Delta variant is being-
Really? It's not sounding positive at all, if you ask me.
It's very discouraging.
people not getting their vaccinations. What's wrong with their heads?
Yep.
I don't. Every year I get my flu vaccine.
Of course.
Of course.
And you've had polio and smallpox and hep C.
And do you see anybody with polio or smallpox anymore?
No, but
No.
it used to be terrible.
Thank you, Jonas Salk.
Thank you. He was polio.
Do you remember standing in line
Yes,
at grammar school for the sugar cube?
yes, yes. We all got in line and got our shots in the library.
Mhm.
And the sugar cubes, remember?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember sugar cubes. I thought I got a shot, but whatever. It was.
You might, I think I got one of each. That sounds stupid. I know I got sugar cubes, but I also remember a shotgun.
Yeah, and then there was a TB test.
Oh,
Well, they still
yeah.
do those. I've certainly put a lot of those on people's arms.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm making a couple of these just because I want my branch to look. 3 would be better. But I need to get on with the show. Okay. Uh-oh, don't fall. So now,
So when were you saying you weren't gonna be here, Jillian?
next week,
Next week.
Are we doing macrame this week?
no,
No, the week after next then, right?
yeah. And we're gonna make a market bag for Cynthia.
Oh,
Whoops. Sorry, I keep pulling my paper towards myself when I'm cutting.
Are you having this problem of kind of a big lump at the bottom that doesn't tape up very
It
easily?
is a pretty big lump.
Okay,
It's a pretty big lump, which is why I wrapped it twice.
yeah, okay,
I have a small lump.
Oh, well, you're special.
good. You're the star student.
Yeah, teacher's pet.
I do like this crepe paper, which is funny. I haven't touched a piece of crepe paper since I was 15.
High school.
Yeah.
Yeah, since you were on the prom decoration committee. Yeah. I still haven't tried that huge wad of Mexican crepe paper. I'm calling it that because I bought it at the Mexican Chachka store at the farmer's market, but it was such a good buy. And they had a wall full of colors you wouldn't believe. But they make big flowers for fiestas, so,
Yeah,
okay. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a pair of scissors and I'm just going to score. And my scissors are closed. I'm just gonna score a line.
That's green crepe paper you got?
No, it's just, you know what, it's origami.
Just regular paper.
Yeah. I mean, I just said paper because I don't know what you got, but this one, I decided to try origami paper. On this one, I used the scrapbook paper and it felt kind of brittle. In the book, they use Canson and it's like, oh my God, how much can I ask these people to invest in paper?
So you're using green origami paper?
I'm using green origami paper. We'll see how this works.
Well,
I mean,
I
couldn't
have
we
that.
use the crepe paper? I mean,
You could, yeah, give it a try. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I have enough time to do another petal. Okay, I'm going to, I have 3 leaves. And I'm gonna do another blossom.
I'm doing 3 of them. Isn't that how much we cut?
I think that would be, I think an odd number is always works better in a composition.
Yes, I agree.
Are we in competition here?
No, composition, not competition.
Oh, I thought you meant we were gonna, yeah, never mind.
I have tomatoes for days.
What are you doing with them? Just eating them all fresh or?
Right now, yeah. And then when we go on vacation, I guess my girlfriend Terry will enjoy our tomatoes.
You know, if you get really behind and they start to go bad, you can just wash them off and put them in the freezer whole.
Okay,
And then,
Gazpacho.
there you
What's that?
go. Gazpacho.
what's that?
Oh, it's a cold soup. It's a tomato-based soup.
Oh,
It's wonderful. It's Spanish, isn't it?
Uh-huh, yeah.
And it's just delicious.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea.
but you can, if you're just running out of time and they're starting to go bad, just wash and put them in Put them in a container of some kind and just freeze them whole. You don't need to cook them or anything.
Okay,
And then you can get them out later if you want to cook them, and they're good.
I love that. So instead of like buying a can,
Yeah, it's just in the freezer. You got fresh tomatoes.
and it just so happens we have a spare freezer. I just inherited my sister's old refrigerator, so we put our old one in the basement.
Cool.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Helen. The things I learn.
There's just no end.
Yeah,
But then I just pop them out and put them in a chili or something like that, or soup.
brilliant idea. Speaking of chili, we're going to Cincinnati. Anybody know of anything entertaining there?
No,
No. They do have, they do have that Cincinnati natty chili that they put on top of spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, that's Cincinnati chili. You put chili on top of
Oh,
spaghetti and
no.
then you can have it one way, 2 ways, 3 ways, 5 ways, whether you put cheese or beans or onions or
Oh, God,
stuff on
sounds
top of
awful.
I'd have a hard time choosing.
it. Well, then you have it 5 ways. You have all of it.
It sounds like hash browns at,
Waffle House.
yes. Okay, here's my third petal.
Well, before, would you, before we
Yes,
make the macrame market bag, could you give us a little lead time or give me a little lead time to get the right materials?
sure.
Thank you. How much we'll need, really?
Mhm. Is it a dozen 6-foot lengths?
Doesn't sound long enough.
No, it doesn't. Let me think. Oh,
Just
gosh,
let me know, just sometime down the road,
okay.
And of what? Of jute or what?
You know, I would use cotton, or, you could use hemp.
Something softer than jute.
Yeah, I would use a cotton.
Or paracord, maybe?
Yeah, but that might be more pricey, but it would be durable.
I think you can get paracord locally called Board Panda, I think it's.
I know you told me you had a great resource.
Yeah, well, it's
I
just in
love it.
Lawrenceville Highway and it's veterans, so, there could be better sources, I don't really know.
Cool. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna use some longer pieces for the leaves. I always put glue on the wire just for good measure.
So is this sort of what we're supposed to have, is like little flowers like this?
Oh, they're so sweet. Your sweet peas are so sweet. Yes.
They're so sweet. Just like me. Ha, ha, ha.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Should we like combine the stems and make it one?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So what you want to do is you're gonna stagger, like it's growing on a branch.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Okay.
So take a long one and just stagger. Oh, come on now. And stagger them.
Okay, so I need to get these leaves made.
Yeah. They're such a funny shape. They look like peas, like pea pods, I think.
Ew, they look just like people. What papers do I have here that would be just right?
Got a bunch of paper there. Of course, you might have blue paper instead of green, but you've got it.
You have the leaves starting below all of the flowers?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So I'm gonna put on my 3 flowers and then start putting on the leaves. And there's a, apparently it's a vine. So you can put a little curly part on there. Take it's got one of these little springy thingies.
How many petals, leaves do we want?
I have 3, but it's your plant. So I'm gonna wrap, oh my, some wire around a mandrel, as we call it. Boy, this wire's really stiff compared to the other one. I have some, whoa, new wire. Uh-oh, lost my. That's my iPad footing. Okay. Hey, come back. Gravity gets strong. Okay. So with the long assembly process, I'm going to leave the tape on this spool and just keep working it.
So we just put a short length of wire on the,
On the leaves and the blossoms.
do you put a wire, just one wire per leaf? Do you go up the? I don't think I,
Hey, Victoria. We're making sweet peas.
I know. Remember, I put it in my email yesterday. I was so happy. I love sweet peas. When I was a kid, my mother had them in our flower garden next to our white picket fence in small town Missouri.
Wow, you are a classic.
Really
So-
we were.
Well, Forsythia's family had hibiscus in their house in, where were you, Kauai?
Lanai,
Lanai.
Lanai City,
Lanai.
Hawaii.
Interesting.
I know. So she's making a bouquet of hibiscus.
Well, that's fine, right?
I made a
Isn't
whole
that
pile because my sister wanted them to put in a bowl that was my mother's.
You love that. She
Oh, you're
really
talking
made
about
it good.
Jasmine, are you?
Yes, yes. Mhm.
We love both you guys, so.
Wait a minute. You have a sister named Jasmine?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
She's in the drumming class.
She
You would love her,
loves drumming.
Jillian. She's,
No,
yeah,
I'm just giggling about the flower children.
yeah, that's right. Well, that's who they are.
Oh, yeah, my mother had a whole pile of flower names, but she only had 2 children.
And they had 2 girls. And
Yep.
she wasn't going to name the boys Rosie and Lily and Daisy.
Well, she didn't have any boys anyway, so.
Well, there's that British series. Remember, Jillian, I think there's a rose, a hyacinth, a
Yes, I love that.
violet. Remember?
Yes, keeping up appearances.
There it is.
Yes. So I'm not going to be here next week.
Did you tell, where are you going?
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to be online is the thing. I can try.
No, well, let me know because we got to put somebody in your time slot, as you well know.
Oh no. You can't replace me.
I didn't
Oh,
say I was
no.
gonna replace you. I got to put somebody in there. We'll figure it out.
Because I don't know. There have been times when
Are you
You
on
know, but we-
vacation?
yeah,
Okay, good for you. We
yeah,
all
we're
need to
gonna
do
be
that.
traveling. Going on the family reunion trip.
Oh, no. That's where you learned how to be a farmer, though. I'm so proud of you. You know that, don't you?
Learn how to be what?
A farmer.
Oh my God, that was really hard work. I will not be a farmer. Will not ever. Oh,
It makes you have a lot of
wait.
respect for them too when you think about the work that they put in all the time to feed this
Holy
country.
Holy moly. That's too much like work.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Oh my God, you wake up so early and then at night you're cutting the corn off the cob and freezing stuff.
I want everybody to visualize that, please, with Jillian. Just take a minute.
Jewish princess.
I'm telling you.
Okay, and then stick in one of these little curlicues just for fun. Maybe I should put that on the leaf stem. I think that would be fun. So Victoria, I heard from Decatur Housing today.
Oh, you did? Was Melton still there?
And now he is, but Lartisha Cheney, who I worked with
In the
in
past?
the actor school, is programming, which is
So
great.
what they have to say?
Everything's going to be out of Trinity Walk.
Really?
I know, interesting,
That is very.
I think. Anyway,
Yeah, well, you can let me know later.
oh
These
yeah,
folks don't care.
I'll give you the gossip. No, there
Oh, I
isn't.
want it. You know me, I'm all about it.
There isn't any.
Darn. I'm proud of Melton for still being there, tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, he's got his church too.
I
What
know.
a nice guy.
He has done some really good work in the past.
Okay. So I'm putting these together and then I'll add this one that has the little, what do you call this little part of the vine? that
Tendril,
reaches- A tendril.
I think.
And that makes sense, doesn't it?
I think it does.
I mean, we used to wear tendrils back in the day, didn't we?
I
I've
don't
had
know.
one.
I don't know
did.
what you used to wear.
I did.
Helen's not that old.
I'm
I
older.
know.
I'm older.
I'm not gonna say
older.
a word. I'm saying nothing.
I'm just so happy to see you ladies. So, Victoria, Betty got her eyes dilated this morning. I think it was bad timing, but she couldn't see it otherwise. I'm just kidding.
Betty who, Malloy?
Yeah. Yeah, so
Really?
Betty, yeah, so maybe she'll catch it on the archives.
We can't archive anymore. I keep on telling everybody.
Oh.
You
Oh,
can't
okay.
just put it up on YouTube.
We're working on it. It's an interesting, it's a long story,
Okay, well, we'll
but
have
it's
that.
all right. We'll get through it.
Well,
Did
what
you
did
know that there's a woman's multivitamin for women over 50 called Smarty Pants?
No, I
I may
didn't.
have to buy them.
Okay, well,
What
I'm
did
a
you do with
fan.
that tendril, Jillian? I wasn't
know,
watching. You just wrapped the
I was-
wire in tape
It's
or in
just
paper?
wire. It's just a piece of wire that I curled on I curled it on whatever you want,
But
pencil, paintbrush.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just the straight paper covered wire.
Yeah, and I put it on a leaf, but I mean on a leaf, one of the leaf branches, but I don't know where botanically would it go? Would it come on its own off the stem?
Good question.
I don't really
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Me neither. We are making up our own hybrids as we go, Victoria.
I expected no less.
So here we go. This one's the opposite of that one, but I'm pretty proud of my little spray of sweet peas.
That's
I am too.
beautiful.
I like it very much.
I
Wow.
haven't made a tendril yet, but I have most of it.
Getting the leaves. This is what the leaves are supposed to look like, right?
Perfect.
Oh, wow. Of course Helen would make it perfect.
Of course, yeah, well, she knocks it out of the park. So,
Yeah.
Helen, what paper did you use?
I used origami paper.
I
So
think
did
it's
so did I.
working. I
tried
think
to
the
make it out of
origami
tissue, but
paper,
tissue looked too feeble to me, so
yeah, it can be flimsy.
yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, so I think the origami paper gave just enough, it flutters.
Yes.
And my scrapbook paper seemed kind of brittle. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my vase with my daylilies and hyacinths. And we're getting a beautiful bouquet.
You know what? At some point you'll have to not, when you get through this process, send me a picture of that and we'll post it in my email so people will be encouraged to show up and they can make their own bouquet.
They should.
I agree 100%.
I think that's a great idea.
Uh-huh.
I
And
left
that
the
applies to
link
you
off.
too, Helen. And
What's
for
that?
Cynthia, that applies to everybody. You can each make your own vase of flowers or bowl, whatever you choose.
I'll send you a picture of my hibiscus in my mother's bowl.
Oh, thank you. That would be fabulous.
That would be nice. Yeah, I
That would rock our world.
think those pictures will encourage people to maybe explore.
I think, well, you know what it is. I think people don't really understand that there's actually a lesson in this. You know,
I
they're
don't know.
thinking about, county fairs with the flower. Remember I told you about the woman when I was up in North Carolina recently working at the cash register at Ingalls. She had a big crepe flower in her hair. And I think that's
Yeah.
what people are thinking about.
Oh my God. One year, it was in the 70s. I was working at Neiman Marcus, and it was a trend for people to wear flowers in their hair that particular spring.
Mhm.
And we had a meeting about it, and the store
Oh.
manager forbade it.
Really?
We do not do that in Neiman Marcus.
I bet that's true, though. That doesn't surprise me at all, really.
It is true. You think I made it up?
Well,
You
it
know,
has
I-
potential. It has potential.
I worked in display there. It was.
I know,
awesome.
I remember. As you did DH Holmes or,
Yes, yes,
yes,
and Riches.
that's right.
Hey, Jill, it's about that time.
Bye, darling. Love you
Yes.
guys.
Okay.
And
All
I'll see
right.
you week after next.
All right, send me pictures, you guys. Good to see y'all. Have a
See
happy
ya.
day.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
darlings.
Enjoy.
Denny says goodbye.
Bye.